Hello, Serge here from the Backyard Driving Range. We have a question that came into customer service, and this one is from Gary Kinney, and Gary says, you suggest alignment through the toes in your method. I have a left foot that is 3/4 inch longer than my right. I have tried compensating by turning my left foot more toward the target. What are your thoughts on this compensation? Again, submitted by Gary Kinney. All right, I think it's a very good thing to do. All right, and but the thing I think we need to look at, Gary, and I'm going to put the alignment arrows down so we got an idea of it. I'm going to try to place this one right at the target. I'm going to put it over here a little bit more to make sure I can stand here. All right, and I'm going to put this one down relatively parallel left. Now, sometimes you have to remember that cameras can fake out these lines and not make them look left. If I remember, I think this left one has to be a fraction more out on the end. Okay, so here's the point. Here's what you're saying. Your left foot, and I'm going to assume that the left foot being that it's your forward foot, so you're right-handed playing golf, but it doesn't matter either way. If being 3/4 inch longer, you move it just enough to stay forward and stay open, that's absolutely fine. Because as long as you are in a position where you can make a full swing straight up and straight through and balanced, I think everything will be okay, all right? The whole thing is that you can make a dynamically balanced swing from takeaway to the top of the backswing and then through the impact, okay? And then up to the finish. I think that might not even really be necessary, just in your normal stance. And you remember, we want the feet flared. And as most of you know, I play with the forward foot actually fit where we recommend 30 degrees both ways is the basic average. I do it at 40 to 45 around there, even a little bit more. And the whole key is that you can flare the foot and keep it on the toe line. So say I flare my front foot, which I do more than the back foot, I stay on the toe line. Now I can come all the way to a point of hitting the ball with my forward foot, in my case my left foot, aim straight at the target. I can do that, but the key is, as you see, it's off the line. If I put that forward foot all the way up to the line, now look at where my ankles are. The right ankle's way back here. It's about equal to over, somewhere out here on the foot. I'm out of balance. My foot, I'll be falling into the ball. So at some point, you have to, that once keeps opening the forward foot, the foot has to be, the ankle and the forward foot has to stay relatively close, which would keep it on a second parallel line back here, close to parallel left for a right hand of your aiming line, so that you can swing down and stand up on it, okay? So there is a point where the toe on the line you can't keep it on the line anymore if you're turning it out enough, because you will fall forward. And can't have that, especially moving into the ball, you fall forward. You can do everything from top it to chunk it, and even falling in enough, you can put the hosel on it and get yourself a hosel rocket out to the right. Okay, so we can take it off, but the key is the ankle of the forward foot should stay about in a position that would be parallel left of the aiming line. All right, so you're definitely doing the right thing. You figured it out well. I think it's an okay thing to do, because we really want you to play. Your physiology calls for 30 degrees at least flare in the feet, and so that way when we turn a little bit back, the little bit of turn we do make, the knees can rotate a little bit in the kneecaps, because we don't want when feet are straight and your kneecap has no ability to rotate, and you try to turn into it, and when it can't rotate, what's it going to do? It starts creating a lot of tension in it, especially right now. I can feel the inside of my knee right over here really starting to tighten up and torque, and it can start to straighten up. And if it's straightened up, you're going up. You're up. Your right side's going up. Your left side's likely going down. And in many cases, there's a tug of war, because this leg, if it can't turn and you're trying to turn in, but this one can't turn and accept the weight, the load, as I call it, load into the right leg. Even if you're preloaded heavy right, you can't rotate enough. It creates a lot of tension, and as the leg straightens up, and it's causing, without the rotation, it's causing this to be more like a brace. So this one's saying you're trying to turn, and this one's saying no, 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 and this one's saying yes, 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 and eventually we could have a really big breakdown, and the forward leg collapses, and the back one actually jerks back even more, and then next thing you know, you're backing up, and then what goes up comes down, you're in trouble. So I think you did the right thing, but just remember, after a certain point, and I'd say it's about 45, 50 degrees, you need to start making sure that you keep the forward ankle equal to the back ankle in terms of a parallel line left of the target. All right, do that, and I think you should be okay. And the ultimate proof of the pudding is in the tasting. They say in the tasting, what we're talking about here is that you have a dynamically balanced swing from takeaway into the back catcher's mitt, transition into the forward mitt and up the tree, and you can ultimately do what? Stand here, recoil and relax in your perfect balance, and walk out the shot when you're ready. All right, so good point, good question, and I think we get a good answer here. So with all of that, you should be able to, balance is the key. If you can make the swing balance all the way to the tee finish and hold it for a second or two, you know that you're very likely in a good position, making a good swing. That's it for the search for today, and I'll be talking to you all again soon.